This is the Extra Point Podcast from Arizona's Family.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Extra Point Podcast. I'm Paul Horton, a contributor for this great broadcast, and I am so excited. I follow this young fella on social media. He has over 56,000 fans and more worldwide. I got to welcome in the biggest Philadelphia fan ever, who now lives in Indianapolis. We'll find out more about that. But let's bring on Gio, the podcaster. Gio, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on.
Well, Gio, I appreciate you being here with us, and I am so excited to tell your story because I noticed, what was it, last week, you just put out there to some of your fans, say, hey, I'm trying to raise some money to see if I can get to see your Eagles play in the Super Bowl, and tell everyone what happened next.
So basically, I get a message from my mom. It was like, I think it was the last day of school in person, because I just switched to homeschool. And I was in school, I was in geography, and my mom texted me. She's like, all these people on Twitter want you to start a fundraiser to go to the Super Bowl. I don't think it's a good idea, though, because, you know, you're already dealing with so much bullying. It might start to get you harassed and all this stuff. And I was like, Mom, I do not care what people say. I need to do this. I feel like something is telling me to do this. I told my mom, and then I get home that same night, and someone donates $10,000. It was just crazy. It was crazy.
Well, how does it feel, man? I mean, to show so much love with all the people that keep in touch with you. How does that feel, buddy?
It feels great because I just love having this fan base behind me that wants to see me succeed, because there's a lot of people who are very mean to me. And to just have people who are behind me and support me, I finally feel like I fit in somewhere, and it's the greatest feeling in the world.
Here you are, 15 years old. You started this podcast. Did you ever imagine it would happen? And now we're sending you to the Super Bowl.
No, I did not. I did not imagine this at all. I mean, you can't make this up. Started a podcast 3 years ago, and I make a video. I'm like, Chris Long, would you come on my podcast? My podcast blows up. I get guys like Jalen Hurts, Devontae Smith, Lane Johnson, guys like that come on. And then this year, just going on this run, all the way to the Super Bowl. You know, we're the number one seed, and then we get to the Super Bowl, and I get to go. And I just found out that I'm getting credentials. I'm going to be at the post-game interviews.
Come on, man. Who hooked you up with that?
My guy Rich Eisen over at NFL Network.
Okay, probably one of the biggest names in the NFL and broadcasters. And you're telling me Rich Eisen got you hooked up with the NFL to get you a press pass?
I love Rich so much. Yes, he did.
Brother. Being here, I've worked in this market for close to 17 years, okay? To get a press pass, do you know how difficult that is, my friend?
Yeah, and I asked one person before Rich. And so Rich I didn't even ask Rich. And Rich is like, you know, I'll hook you up. So it was amazing.
Well, I love your story, buddy. And I love it that you're going to be here. When are you going to arrive? And I'm going to look for you down on the field, okay?
Yeah, I'm going to arrive Saturday night.
Okay.
My flight gets here, I think, at like 8 o'clock.
Oh, Gio, I wish you were hanging out here more often so we can meet you. But that's going to be a busy trip. But did you get your tickets yet?
Yep, got the Super Bowl tickets, got the plane tickets, got the rental car. It's all set.
Oh, my goodness. And you're coming out with your mom, too?
Coming out with my mom, and then yesterday, Zach Ertz on my podcast gave me 2 extra Super Bowl tickets, so I can bring my brother and my sister. So I am so extremely excited.
Gio, this is crazy. Okay, tell everyone the story about Zach Ertz, because you know he's big time here now in Phoenix.
Oh yeah, So, I've known Zach for a few years. I love his family. I love what he does, with his foundation in Philly and just all the work that he does for the community. And then, I had him on the podcast before, but my mom just runs into like my dad's office one day. She's like, I got a call with Lisa Ertz. And I'm like, this is weird because Lisa is usually busy. Lisa is Zach's mom.
Mm-hmm.
And so she goes on a call with Zach's mom, and I'm like, that's kind of peculiar. And so I'm stewing on it. I'm stewing on it. I'm stewing on it like I do everything. And so my mom goes, "You're gonna have a podcast with Zach Ertz tonight," and I was like, no way you guys were on the phone for 30 minutes just to have Zach on my podcast. And Zach comes on, and I'm like, you know what? I think that it was just him coming on my podcast, and this is just awesome to have him on again. And then at the end, he goes, I got a surprise for you. And he said that he'll be sending my brother and my sister with us. So I'm just extremely excited and extremely blessed for that.
Well, congratulations. Do you want to give a shout out to all your great fans and listeners to your podcast for all that money that was raised?
Oh, for sure. Everybody who even just shared the link, I appreciate all of you guys. Everybody who contributed from $5 to $10,000. I appreciate you all.
Well, a lot of love out there. I think the last I looked, you're almost approaching $20,000. So congratulations, buddy.
It's crazy. Thanks.
Have you ever been out here to Phoenix, Arizona?
I have not.
Well, good. We're glad to show you around. So I want you to look for this guy. His name's Mark McClune. He's our head sports guy here at the station, okay? He's going to be on the sidelines. Make sure you walk over and say hi to Arizona's family. That's our little mic flag we'll have out there. And, man, enjoy your trip, okay?
Thank you.
Okay, what's your outcome in this game? One final question. How do you think this is going to shape up, Gio?
I'm thinking, bold predictions coming out. I'm thinking 41-13, Birds on top.
Oh, he's called the Birds. Of course you are. Well, thanks again for joining us, Gio. I love following you on Twitter. It's Gio the Podcaster. That's where we can find you, right?
Yep.
Probably the most fantastic follow on Twitter and the greatest story ever, and I can't wait to see you next week, buddy.
Thank you. I can't wait to see you.
Okay, I know you're 2 hours ahead, so you got to get to bed because you got to go to school tomorrow, all right? Good to see you. All right, we'll see you soon, buddy. Travel safe.
Thank you.